Namaskar. Hello and welcome to P Guru's channel. I'm your host Sri Iyer. Breaking news. According to several reliable news sources, Biden will not be seeking re-election in 2024 and he will make the announcement as early as this Sunday. He's down with COVID right now while his vice president Kamala Harris continues to campaign. And by doing this, it is also expected that Biden will not endorse Kamala Harris, but instead he is going to ask for an open process at the Democratic convention that is expected to take place next month in Illinois, that is in Chicago. So, what does this mean? First of all, he has a war chest of close to $300 million, and it is expected that whoever becomes the person who's going to be running on the Democratic ticket, that person will inherit that and plus some more. So that part I think is pretty clear. The delegates are with Biden right now, and what he's probably going to do is say, let's have an open process. Whoever wants to contest for becoming the president, they can have their pitch. And this convention is going to be pretty interesting because it is expected that in addition to Kamala Harris, three more people are expected to be in the fray. The nominees are Kamala Harris, of course. Then there is going to be probably Gavin Newsom, and then there will be probably Gretchen Whitmer of Michigan, if I remember correctly, governor, and maybe one other candidate, a dark horse, if you will. It could be Michelle Obama, it could even be Hillary Clinton. Don't rule these two women out. They have been very close to the center of power. They are probably saying, now is my chance. Win or lose is a different matter. Now is my chance. Now, what's going to happen is there's going to be, between now and Sunday, there's going to be feverish polling to try and see who is going to be the person who is going to be having the upper hand. And many people will probably be lobbying now for the delegates. What's going to happen, the way I understand it, and there could be some tweaks here and there, is that there are the delegates. The delegates have been already chosen, and these people will be coming to the convention. It was expected that they would endorse Biden, but now what will happen is instead of having the endorsement predetermined, we're going to have probably 3 or 4 candidates make their pitch to these delegates. And if there is no clear winner, then there are what are called as super delegates, and they may be asked to weigh in. Now, normally this process is supposed to go this way. That is that the winner needs to poll 50% or more, and if there is like less than 50% and 1, 2, 3, 4, then the top 2 will probably jockey for who gets the total vote of above 50%. Now, this is just one method I'm saying. I'm not saying that this is what's going to take place. It is possible that if there is no clear winner with the delegates, that the super delegates also might be asked to pitch in, and then they might take a vote to see where the numbers lie. And if then it does not throw up a clear winner, then they may take the top 2 finishers and ask them to contest and have the voting done again. A lot of things are going to happen between now and the convention, and that's going to be next month. And you are going to see people make aggressive moves. I will not be surprised if, just like Trump, Kamala Harris also announces her possible running mate just to establish early momentum. It is not sure that she might get the nomination, because remember 2 weeks ago or 1 week ago, people were talking that Biden will step down and let Kamala Harris become the president for a few weeks and then let her run as the Democratic candidate. Now, we're also hearing that Biden will see through this term. He's not stepping down as of today. No, he's going to see through this term. Then what I can think of is some presidential pardons, especially to somebody whose first name is Hunter. That could happen. So that guy goes off scot-free, and who knows who else is going to escape. So these are all things in United States politics that you have to kind of close your nose, but you can't help avoid it. This is how it is. And nobody seems to ask Barack Obama how come he's in possession of a mansion in Martha's Vineyard today. How did he make that kind of money? So this is really where things stand right now, and I'm trying to see what other things are going on. One interesting poll that came today, this might have been the proverbial last straw on the camel's back. And that one poll was among women from black women of America. And Biden was polling 31% lower, and that probably said, okay, if the women of um, African American descent are not going to vote for him, who is going to vote for him? The men are already, split. So this, I think, has really cooked the goose, if you will. And they said, well, I think now the chances of Biden becoming president, even assuming that he's okay to run, I think this is going to be difficult. What is intriguing, though, is post assassination, why would anyone on the Democratic Party want to now run for president? Because it's almost a lost cause. How are you going to be able to rally the troops? How are you going to be able to convince the people that you have what it takes to run this country? After all, if you think of Kamala Harris as the most likely person to run for president from the Democratic Party, she has not exactly covered herself in glory. As a vice president, she was given some tasks and she has failed miserably. And Gavin Newsom, if you think of Gavin Newsom, okay, he has been a two-term governor in California, but the last thing he did, separating the children from their parents, if he knew this was going to happen, perhaps he would have not signed that bill. Because what's now happening is Elon Musk has said that he is moving SpaceX from California to Texas, and he's also moving X, which is Twitter, from San Francisco to Texas. So everything is gone from here. I don't know what California is going to be left with. Clearly, this person has ruined it for Californians and also for the Democrats. So I don't know if Gavin Newsom will throw his hat in, but then Nancy Pelosi may have some kind of a wish that someone with her, whom she can probably control from the back, be the next president. So who knows? He might still throw the hat in the ring just to stay in the people's consciousness, so that in case he mulls a run in 2028, at least he can say, hey, ran and lost, or performed creditably, or whatever, acquitted himself well, whatever you want to call. So all these things is possible. The other people, like for example, Hillary Clinton has administrative experience, but will the party want her? That's the question. But this is the fastest way to running for president without having to go through the primaries. That would be a godsend. So she's going to try her level best to try and sneak her candidacy in, and so will Michelle Obama, because they'll say, oh, wait a minute, a black American woman president, a first in the history of the United States. Come on now, let's get behind Michelle Obama. That's a possibility. I'm not ruling that out. So there are four people that I can think of, right? Kamala Harris, maybe five. Kamala Harris, what's his name? Gavin Newsom, Gretchen Whitmer. This is the new one. I've been always saying Michelle Obama and Hillary Clinton. So these are the five I can think of. There are some other outside candidates, but I don't think they'll do that. They need to really be with at least 20% now. And I think Kamala Harris, in my opinion, has 20% of the delegate vote, I think, because California will go with her. So that would be a good chunk of delegates. So I think Kamala Harris is in a good position. So will Hillary Clinton be, because I think she'll be able to get or count on the New York delegates vote. So a lot of horse trading, a lot of promising, and a lot of heartburn as this thing heads towards a photo finish on the Democratic side. I don't have any questions, or just there's only one question here. I'm going to answer that, and then we'll wind up this show. PV wants to know, why do most Indian Americans vote for Democrats? Well, somehow, there's one more question also coming up. But for some reason, Democrats, and I mean, I include myself in this, okay? When I became the citizen, there's a form that you have to fill. What would you like to register yourself as, Democrat or Republican? Somehow there is this feeling that Democrats look after immigrants better than Republicans. I don't know, because I have moved with both sides and they're equally good, and there are equally bad elements also. So you can't really say that one is better than the other. However, today's environment, today's atmosphere, the way the Biden administration has really messed up the country, I think it's a good probability. Even without the assassination attempt, there was a good chance that Trump would have become president. But now I think the chances go up. The good thing is that maybe, I mean, this doesn't make much of a difference, but still you can say, okay, well, a feeling of pride that whether it is a Democrat or a Republican, there's going to be someone with an Indian American origin in the mix of things. So that's a good thing, I think. And at least they'll look at the things concerning India with a certain bit of sensitivity about the culture and the way India works with them and things like that. So let's hope for the best. Next question. Manov-san wants to know, sir, Harmeet Dhillon praying at RNC, and of course she was immediately attacked for demon worship. Khalistani, like her, spends all her time attacking India. Should I feel sympathy for her on this? You know, Manov-san, this is the problem that Sikhs have. I'm not talking about Khalistanis. Khalistanis deserve what they are getting to them because they have been propped up by somebody, and the Khalistan seekers are going to get nothing. Anyway, so that's a separate set. Harmeet Dhillon, then there's the other guy, I'm not remembering his name, he's on the Shergill, Jimmy Shergill, if I remember, not Jimmy Shergill, some other, Amar Shergill on the Democratic side. These are all people in California who are not afraid to throw their weight about, because supposedly they have the Khalistani money which they throw around and try to get their word through. For example, Amar Shergill was very much present when the state senator Aisha Wahab presented the SB 403 resolution. So he was one of the most vociferous supporters of this. I mean, you go back and look at Shergill's background. I don't know if the last name Shergill means they are of the Jat community. I don't know. But what I do want to tell all of us is, when the United Kingdom passed their caste law, they said that was done on the basis of 32 complaints where a certain owner, presumably of a higher caste, used derogatory language to address somebody of a lower caste. Out of the 32, 29 were Jats. So I really don't know what Mr. Shergill belongs to. So this is, look, Harmeet is trying to do something. I don't think she's very popular in the Republican Party, but she's a very successful lawyer, I'm told. And, that comes with its own share of pluses and minuses. She hopes to run something. I don't think any of the Indian American candidates have that broadness to run for, like, for example, the governor of California. It takes a little bit more work. You have to be more inclusive. Harmeet would not get my vote for sure, even if I decide to vote Republican. I'm an independent right now. And even if I decide to vote for Republican, I might not, because I see that somewhere their moral compass is not right. That's how I look at it. So let's wait and see how this plays out. So that's all I have for you guys. And thanks so much for joining. There were many people who joined, and I just did it on a whim. They said, this is important, I need to share with everybody. Those of you who have not been watching television, again, this has only been out in one TV channel, and it's buzzing around in social media. A lot of people are talking about it, and I'd like to all of you to buy these Khadi Gramodyog Bhandar Khadi shirts, like the one I'm wearing, and you can see the symbol of the chakra, not chakra, sorry, charka, on the pocket. And this is a very beautiful piece of tunic, not tunic, kurta, half sleeves, and it's very, very comfortable. And if you go, they are not very expensive at all, and I'd love for all of you to wear these things. These are all something where these are cottage industries of India. We can support them by buying these clothes. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.